Hello everyone, it's singularly me, Dolapo, admin of Single Mothers Social Net on Facebook. I am back here today to share some words of wisdom, advice, guidance for single mothers out there and anyone else who might benefit from it really. Don't forget to press the little subscribe button down there. Don't forget to like and share our videos. That can enable us to do more and more people will then be able to benefit. Okay, that's that with the introduction. I'm on my way to work as usual, but I happened to have about 10 minutes to spare, so I thought, why not spend the time with you? So what are we talking about today? It's actually something I have talked about in one of my previous videos, and that is that I said I was going to share a story. When I was working as a medical officer, there was this woman who brought a 6-year-old girl. I can't quite remember the age now, who had sickle cell disease, and she brought her to our clinic because the child was being sexually abused by her father. Why am I talking about this today? Because that previous video I talked about when your husband is a criminal or something along those lines. And what brought the issue up was that of someone else posting a question on a group I was on, asking whether she should report her husband for assaulting her while pregnant, all because she took back a 9-year-old girl to her mother's house. The 9-year-old girl was living with them, and the husband brought her to watch them having sex. And she later got to find out that it was because the husband was trying to have sex with the girl, and she wanted the girl to learn from her. Okay? And I was thinking, why did she think that she needed to ask if she should report her husband? Of course she should. That man was guilty of physical assault, and he was also guilty of trying to have sex with a minor. Okay, and I know it's a very controversial issue in Nigeria because I don't want my husband to be called a criminal. I don't want the father of my children to go to jail and stuff. And I said then in that video that you are not the one turning him into a criminal. If he did something wrong, like physically assaulting you, like sexually assaulting a child, then what you are just doing is informing the police or the appropriate authority. And that is you not being party to all his wrongdoings. If you keep quiet because you don't want to be seen as a bad wife or whatever, you are being a party to wrongdoings. And you are as guilty of his wrongdoings, whether they are to you or to someone else, as much as he is. So now I am bringing this story for you to know when you keep quiet to such things, one of the possible outcomes. So this woman, she brought the child to our clinic to check the child post-rape, okay, to essentially give post-rape medical and psychological support. And in the end, I got to find out about the whole story. She was married to the father, and while they were married, she had brought in, was it a 13-year-old house help into the house? And she had cause to think that her husband was sexually abusing that child. But she felt like, well, as far as he was not disturbing me, she was going to keep quiet. Because as at then, the relationship between her and her husband was already bad. So she felt that, hey, she doesn't care, let them be doing their own thing there. So she didn't even go anywhere near them. She left the young girl. She did not report the man. Along the line, she had cause to think that the girl actually had to have an abortion for her husband. She still didn't do anything at all. So along the line, I think, I'm not sure how they separated now, but they ended up living alone. And she was trying to get a divorce and custody of her children. And then the children often go to spend time with their father. And she noticed the older one, she had an older daughter. I might not get all the facts of this story clear now, but I think I have got, I still remember the main points of the story. It turned out that the man had actually been sexually assaulting her first daughter, who was about 3 years older than this 6-year-old one, and had started assaulting this 6-year-old, I think as young as 3 years old or something. She got to know and suspect when they went to spend time with their father, and the girls came back, and she didn't want her to touch her private part when she was having the bath for the child. So she called the older one, and during the course of discussion, she found out that it had been bad enough that the father had even taken them to go for an ultrasound. A lot of messy things had happened to those two girls. Now, who do you think is most at fault? Is it the man, or is it this woman that brought the children to be checked out? I will tell you who was at fault. It is this woman. Do you know why? Because she had the power to have jailed this man, to have stopped him when he started sleeping with her house help. But for whatever reason, probably because she thought he's not my child, or I don't want people to know that my husband is doing this kind of thing, or if I'm not having sex with him, let me allow someone else to keep my home. I didn't ask what she was thinking at that time, that she did not report him. But she kept quiet. And today, I see many posts, many stories of women being aware that their husband or their partner is sexually assaulting a child, a minor, their sister, their house help, and they keep quiet because they want to keep their marriage. Is that a marriage? In fact, is that a man? Any man that is worth his grain in insult will not sexually assault a minor, will not even be married and be chasing after other women. So I don't know how we think when we say that I don't want the police to be involved in this. I don't want my husband to be jailed. I don't want people to know. People must know the kind of person that man is. If it takes advantage of minors, if it takes advantage of your house helps, if it takes advantage of your sisters, people should know the kind of person that he is. Some people will say, can you tell me the girl was not enjoying it? Tell me, what does a 13-year-old know? Even 18-year-olds, what do they know? Yes, they have legal age of consent, but really, how wise are 18-year-olds? So when I see other women coming to say, can you tell me she was not enjoying it? I wish to jail those women along with the men that they are supporting. Because they are the most that are responsible for men continuing to perpetrate this kind of evil. So what we can do, whether you are a single mother or not, is to stand up against men that do this kind of thing. And you would have done yourself and your generation a favor by removing them off the streets. Someone will say, at least he is the father of your children. So what? Must you support the father of your children to be evil? Remember, when he's doing that evil and you are keeping quiet and you are supporting him, one day it is going to come and bite you in the bum. Take it from me, I am telling you that. So while this video is not necessarily for single mothers alone, it is for any woman who has a little brain there and wants to make a difference. I want you to know today, do not support a man when he is doing evil, because it will come back and bite you. If a man is physically assaulting you, if he's sexually assaulting you, assaulting your help sisters around you, if he is taking advantage of young women, it is your duty as a good member of the society to report him and make sure that he gets what he deserves. It is not your duty to reform him. Okay? talking about reforming a man, I think that should be the topic of our next discussion. Do you agree with me? I will definitely talk about that very soon. Take care. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, okay? And we are here anytime for your questions, contributions, anything. Like and share our posts, okay? Thank you and bye. Another time.